I support him because he doesn't seek to perfect the politics of swift voting, but to end it. I support Barack Obama because he will help bring the country together again, lead the world, and show by example, not by words, that here in America, anything is really possible for those who dare to dream.
Welcome back to Harbor. That was, of course, John Kerry, the 2004 Democratic candidate for president, backing Barack Obama today for the presidency. In doing that, Kerry rejected, obviously, both the Clintons and John Edwards, who was born in South Carolina, his 2004 running mate. Big question, can this matter?
So what I think we can all take from New Hampshire, I think Paul would agree with this, when you combine the number of votes that Senator Clinton got and that Senator Obama got together and compare them to the majority of the votes that were garnered by all the Republicans, it was a good day for Democrats. We're going to have a good election day in New Hampshire come November.
You know, when you listen to a Hillary speech, let's let the candidates speak for themselves, gentlemen. You're both advocating them, but let's listen to, first of all, let's listen to Hillary Clinton, who has a particular kind of approach. It's very particular. She talks about particular challenges and enemies of the Democratic Party, if you will, and how to address them. Here she is on up in New Hampshire.
The oil companies, the drug companies, the health insurance companies, the predatory student loan companies have had 7 years of a president who stands up for them. It's time we had a president who stands up for all of you. I intend to be that president, to be a president who puts you first.
You know, Congressman Cry, that could be a speech given at almost any Democratic state convention I've ever heard from. It's about interest groups. It's about particular causes, particular animosities Democrats fight against year after year after year. Isn't she a traditional Democratic candidate for office?
Well, I think what she said during that campaign, and you heard it, we all heard it, she found a voice in New Hampshire. And I think we're grateful to New Hampshire as well, certainly not only for the victory, but I think for allowing Senator Clinton to evolve in terms of finding herself. And she certainly has done it in this election. She said it there, and I was there that evening when she gave that speech. I have to say, next to my own first election to the New York State Assembly back in '86, it was the most exhilarating night of my political career. She is saying that, you know, she's going to take on the special interest. She's been saying before, people say they're suspect of that. She's clear. When she's elected president, she's taking on the special interests.
Let's take a look at Senator Obama speaking also up in New Hampshire on primary night.
But the reason our campaign has always been different, the reason we began this improbable journey almost a year ago, is because it's not just about what I will do as president. It is also about what you, the people who love this country, the citizens of the United States of America, can do to change it. That's what this election is all about.
Well, if you listen to the pronouns there, they're very different. Hillary says, I will fight for you. Obama says, no, you're going to be doing the fighting. You're going to take over this government. Congressman Hodes, distinguish the two candidates from your perspective.
Sure. I think Hillary Clinton has what I sometimes call Democrats' disease.
I support Barack Obama because he will help bring the country together again, lead the world, and show by example, not by words, that here in America, anything is really possible for those who dare.
Even before Jane Fonda went to Hanoi to meet with the enemy and mock America, John Kerry secretly met with enemy leaders in Paris, though we were still at war and Americans were being held in North Vietnamese prison camps. Then he returned and accused American troops of committing war crimes on a daily basis. Eventually, Jane Fonda apologized for her activities, but John Kerry refuses to. In a time of war, can America trust a man who betrayed his country?
Presidential candidate Barack Obama is trying to change political fashion. He gave a speech in Iowa City today, and he wasn't wearing an American flag pin. Those pins have become synonymous with politicians since 9/11. Obama says he doesn't like how the pin has come to represent patriotism in America.
I decided I won't wear that pin on my chest. Instead, I'm going to try to tell the American people what I believe will make this country great, and hopefully that will be a testimony to my patriotism.
That's why Barack Obama has such extraordinary momentum between them. And, you know, when you look at what happened in New Hampshire, if you combine Obama and Edwards, the change candidates, you see that change trumps the status quo in New Hampshire.
Well, if change trumped the status quo in New Hampshire, the outcome would have been different. Clearly, the people in New Hampshire have voted for change in electing Hillary Clinton to win this primary. Let me just say one point. You know, when I was at my mother's house last night, she said to me, and my mother's a Reagan Democrat. She's an old school Democrat. She said to me, Joe, can you take some time off next week to go to me to the car dealership so that you can help me buy a car, because, you know, they won't take me as seriously. I think Senator Clinton spoke to those people this week in New Hampshire and throughout this country, and that's what made the difference in New Hampshire this week.
That is so interesting. Your response, Mr. Hodes.
Well,
I mean, it's so interesting because that meets the description we're getting of the older Democratic woman who's tired of being pushed around. She saw Hillary Clinton getting pushed around by the media as well as other people, and they stood up as a woman, an older woman, in a society where women haven't gotten the breaks, especially older women.